name is Gary Sherwin. I'm the President and CEO of Newport Beach and Company. Really, the TID was born out of a strategic planning process that our board had. And once they kind of solidified that direct sales was going to be critical to our success long term, then we started talking about the TID, and that became sort of a natural progression, and everyone jumped on board right after that. The TID, in effect, more than doubled our budget because it allowed us to go ahead and get more involved with a lot of the hotel's direct sales activities. So we went from about $4 million in transient occupancy tax, added another about $4.1 million in the TID. So we had over $8 million, but because of the success we had with the TID, the city also came back to us and contracted with us for more things to do, including running the city's TV station. So our budget now is well over $9 million, but it really started with the fact that we got the TID, we raised it from the private sector. The city said, thank you for going ahead and be entrepreneurial. Instead of coming to us and asking us for money, you went ahead and did it yourself, got the private sector involved in it. That shows, real initiative, and we appreciate that. We've always been a DMO that is focused on marketing and direct sales. And we did okay, but if we really looked at the competitive environment that we were working in, we were competing against some very well-funded destinations around Southern California and around the country. We needed to be more aggressive. So our TID is set up a little differently than a lot of others in that we took 100% of all of our TID money and put it into direct sales. So that allowed us to expand our staff. It allowed our staff to go on the road more often. It allowed us to have a better presence at shows. And it did a tremendous job in exposing us in markets that we never were able to adequately play in before. So by doing that, we were able now to stand up against even some major cities in terms of securing business. And the results have been transformative. When we initially had the first strategic planning exercise to talk about what we needed to do and the possibility of the TID being a resource to help us increase our funding, we were at roughly about 16,000 room nights a year. Now, understand that Newport Beach is a boutique market in Southern California. We only have maybe about 4,000 hotel rooms in the city. We have a fair amount of meeting space. We don't have a convention center. But we had about 16,000 room nights that we were booking. Because of the TID, and now we're into the 8th year of it, we've been able to go from 16,000 to almost 87,000 hotel rooms booked because of the resources provided by the TID. That without having the TID involved, in terms of having it as a funding source, no way would we have ever been able to get those kind of room night numbers. Impossible. I would have never imagined we would have been closing in on 100,000 room nights at this point. If we ever got 30,000 room nights, I would have been ecstatic. Civitas is an amazing, amazing company, and John Lambeth has put together a stellar team. And I think one of the things that stands out is that they know how to work with city government. They understand the concerns that city government leaders have. They can talk with city staff, they can talk with city council people, and they obviously can talk with the hospitality community and be able to relate to them and give them some assurance that what they're doing is a real step forward in making their communities more economically viable. There isn't anybody out there that has that kind of talent and relationship skills that John Lambeth and Civitas possess.